Cadillac. And Linda and Lene, I will tell you, whenever I saw that I was able to serve with you, I will tell you that my heart skipped a beat. And Lene, I have watched you truly become an Inner Circle National Area Director as you are growing this business, to be able to share about Jesus and to be able to love people to success and to be authentic to who you are, to be powerfully strong, even though you are more quiet than me. One of the things we say is we are so powerful together because I scare the bejeebers out of people and Lene catches them and keeps them from leaving. And I love what you're doing in all of your nationals, because y'all are watching Mary Kay history tonight, because as she sits here tonight, she's truly in the process of developing 5 national sales directors in the next 5 years. Let's hear it for Lene too. And you know, I was going to do this big thing, you know, with Linda, and in fact, all the top directors, we brought gifts, and we were going to do this huge going out party, because I cannot imagine my life without you. That is because of your choices and all the things that you did. I can tell you that my life is forever changed because you chose to keep milking the cows, because you chose to be able to pour into people, because you chose to give up your life for other people, because you chose to be a woman of excellence, because you chose to love this company, because you chose to teach us to get around the kitchen table, because you chose to be able to teach us to do whatever needs to be done for the right reason. Because of you, we are all changed. Linda Tubman, this is your last I'll get it to her next year. So there you go. And Julia Wilson, oh my gosh, I tell you, I love doing life with Julia Wilson. If you want to laugh and be able to love, traveling the world, she is the one. And Steve, what an amazing job you have done. Y'all, they worked for 3 days to set this up. Let's hear it for our staff. And I want to tell you that in my 32 years in Mary Kay, I've never been more excited than right here, right now. That honestly, I will tell you, I am driving my husband insane. That every night I go to bed and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get up in the morning to see what's going to happen. Because every day is a treasure hunt. Every day there is something new in Mary Kay. Every day somebody's life has changed. Every day somebody is stepping out of the box. Every day you all are choosing I can over I can't. And that's what I want to talk to you all about tonight, because I know that you want to be more, give more, do more, and there's only a 1-degree pivot from I can to I can. And this is what me and Samantha did. This is my I can. And it's got Mary Kay Ash, and it's got my family on here. I got Lene on here. I've got some missionaries. I've got all kinds of people on here. I got Candy Brown on here. I've got me saying goodbye to Karen Piro. And then, of course, I got my family. Got that grandbaby. Oh, and I got the grandbaby. And, oh, yep, got that grandbaby again. And so this sits on my desk so that whenever I don't feel brave and I don't feel like I'm enough and I don't feel like that I'm worthy, I just look at that I can. I look at Nathan Moore and he says that I can. I want you all to get one of these and put it together, because these eyes are looking at you, right? That no matter what you're doing, you do not live in a vacuum, right? Oh my goodness, we're so excited. I believe that you are enough to live out your little girl dreams and impact others and influence the next generation to create abundant wealth by truly living out rich relationships. No matter what anybody else says, you can. The story you tell yourself today is the life that you will lead tomorrow. Make it a masterpiece. We are truly 100 days to the end of the year. It's 100 steps from the dock to the deck, 100 faces to make a memory of a lifetime, and 100 faces by June 30th will put you on the first ever Mary Kay cruise. Is there anybody out there that says, I can? I will tell you, 32 years ago, I was 23 years old and I was active duty in the Air Force. I designed and installed computer and telephone systems. Where's my military folks? Let's hear it. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. And I will tell you, I loved what I did. I always thought that's where I needed to be. I was doing everything my parents and anybody in my family had ever done. I didn't go to college, so I went into the military. But what happened was that I was living somebody else's dream life, and I woke up one day. I was working rotating 12-hour shifts. I was gone 10 days out of every month to an undisclosed location. I was at one base, Tom was at another, and we lived in the middle. Our daughter was in daycare about 70 hours a week, and when I would go to pick her up, she didn't want to come home with me. And it's not that I was a bad mama, I was just an exhausted mama. It's not that I was a bad wife, I was just an exhausted wife. And does anybody know what I'm talking about? And so I started praying for a change, and the lady that watched Samantha is also the lady who led me to the Lord. And she is the lady that I remember on Wednesdays, whenever she started her Mary Kay business with the one intent of bringing me in. She said, Diana, you got to do Mary Kay. I'm like, I can't. I wash my face with shampoo. She said, Diana, you need to do Mary Kay. I'm like, I can't. I I don't even know where makeup goes. And she kept on, and I'm like, one of you need to back off. I'm serious, you need to back off. Now, my favorite F words now, most of the time, are fun and fake. Back in the day, I kind of went to another word, and I'll let you figure that out. And so there you go. And so I dropped an F-bomb on her, and she cried, and I felt guilty, and that's how I ended up at my first event. So I ended up at my very first event. I was totally horrified. There were all these girly girls, and they were playing in makeup, and I thought, my gosh, how bizarre. They even seem to like each other. But there was something that they had that I didn't, and it was called hope. And that night, I heard a statement that changed my life. And it said, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And then you could be a six-figure work-from-home mom if you'll work as hard for yourself as you would for anybody else. So I floated in on a bad credit card, and I said, what? I can. What did I say? I can. Went home, told my husband, he can use the F word as a noun, verb, and prepositional phrase. And which he did. He said, you can't do it. And I said, I can. And I ordered a full inventory. So there you go. Went to my job. They said, you can't do that. I had a friend try Mary Kay and her face fell off. And I'm like, ooh, I did not know that was an option. Another one said, you know what, I had a friend got a basement full of Mary Kay, and I thought, wow, that's pretty funny because the 100 I gave him isn't even good. So, basement full of Mary Kay for me. So I almost quit, and I called my director. I said, I can't do this. And she said, Diana, let me ask you something. These people are so quick to give you advice, financially, spiritually, emotionally. Would you trade places with them? I said, no, they're as tired, crabby, and broke as I am. And she said, don't take advice from people you would not trade places with, and definitely do not take advice from somebody that doesn't have to pay the consequences for your decisions. And I will tell you that 4 months into this, and the thing that made the biggest difference for me is I said that I can, and I added 3 new team members in my first 2 weeks. And I will tell you how it happened. It was all passion and not the process. I was a little witchy, fill in whatever word you want. I was a little witchy at my job. And so I came in, I was all happy. And the guy said, are you having an affair? And I'm like, no, have you seen my husband? No, he's good looking. And they said, but you're so happy. I'm like, no, I just did this Mary Kay thing. And they said, he said, are you making money? And I'm like, no, but I think I'm going to. And they're like, well, you need to sign up my wife because she's witchy like you. And so that's how I got my first 3 recruits. And did you know one of them's still with me 31 years ago? So I think we could be over-processing it, right? 4 months into the business, my recruiter quit and returned product, and I thought, I can't do this, but I decided I would plug into those that where I wanted to be. And to go from pitiful to powerful, Mary already shared with you my little secret to success. So what I did was anytime somebody made a really odd decision, I just said, erase them off the board, bless their little hearts, they're doing the best they can. I squirt myself with some glitter, because you cannot be sad or mad when you're covered with glitter, and you're going to replace them with somebody else. So are y'all ready to do this with me? Go erase. Erase. Spray. Spray. Replace. Replace. Here we go. Erase. Erase. Spray. Erase. Replace. All right, so we are excited. I almost returned my products at Christmas because I had no money, right? And I was too lazy to book an appointment. I called my director. I said, I can't. Connie said, I thought you were a woman of your word and you promised yourself 1 year. Ticked me off. Might have thought a bad word, but I said, I can. So I got started, and the next month I went on Target for my car. I can. I'm so excited. Right? But I forgot to tell people outside the Mary Kay world I was in. That was a problem. I didn't put Mary Kay on one face, and so I went off Target. I thought, I can't do this. And then I found my magic formula. I picked up my starter kit, added 3 team members by doing 10 booking attempts a day, 10 faces a week, and kept 10 up. So how many booking attempts did I do? 10. How many faces? 10. How many did I keep up? 10. And those that didn't want to play with me, what did I do? Erase, spray, and replace. That's exactly right. Well, I will tell you, 8 months later, we drove up in our first 3 cars, so excited. Tom and I said, you know what, there is no way that they're going to lease this car in our name, because the military not one time was ever totally honest with us. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just telling you the truth. We said, you know what, we're going to take our driver's license in. If they ask for 1 penny, we're going straight to the news, right? So we walked in there ready for a fight. And they signed my name twice and drove the car up. We're like, oh my gosh, they can. And they did. And I will tell you, I just picked up our 14 pink Cadillac. Did you know that Mary Kay has paid over $575 in car payments in the last 31 years? How many of you all that would make a difference in your life, right? Because you can. Then came time for directorship. Oh my gosh, well I will tell you, I didn't think I could be a director, but my director was so darn cute, and she was getting in and out of this little yellow Forenza, and I said, I don't know about this Mary Kay thing, but girl, you got to get in a pink Cadillac, so you give me half the unit, you take half the unit, and guess what? We're going to put you in a pink Cadillac. And so I went to work, and I went to work for my director, and it was so fun because the day that she stepped into directorship, or stepped into her pink Cadillac, I stepped into DIQ. And it was because I went to work for my director. I will tell you that my shop did not want me to be a sales director, so they sent me away for 3 weeks out of the month. Samantha had surgery, and I came home with only 3 days left in the month, exactly like you do right now. I had 17 people that I needed to add to my team, and I thought, I can't do this. But I will tell you that I refused to listen to the chatter in the mind. My second conversation, the one that said, you can't, you're not worthy, people won't follow you, people don't know your past, people don't know what you did, people don't know where you come from, they don't want to follow you, you are not the kind of leader that people think that you are, and all this chatter started. I eliminated, though, I will tell you, my quit, and I didn't make it, and I'll just resubmit speech, and some of you all started that before you got here today. On Monday morning, you were ready to resubmit, but you know what I did? Was I decided that I can do this because too many dreams are attached to mine. And by the way, I did sign a DIQ commitment card, not a DIQ I'm interested card, right? So my integrity was on the line. The pain of regret is always going to hurt more than the pain of a little rejection. We did it. We debuted that month. We did. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. 7 of those are still with us. As a new sales director, I was making 3 times more than I was in the military. I knew exactly where I was throwing my combat boots over the bridge in Omaha, Nebraska. I knew exactly what my daughter was going to wear on her last day to daycare, and I knew exactly what I was cooking my man for dinner. See, that dream life allowed my husband to come home after retiring. He's had 2 back surgeries, and he can't sit for very long. So I was able to give my husband his dream life to be able to work. I'm sure to work with me is his dream life. No, it's just not working with somebody else. To be able to be there for our parents, to keep promises to them. See, my dad came to live with us a couple years ago when he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and I remember going into the doctor, and the doctor said, Diana, there's no way you can keep your dad. He's gone. I'm like, well, sister, I know he's gone. I know he doesn't know who he is, but you don't know what I promised my dad. And I promised my dad that I would work hard, that he would never, ever have to be anywhere but with me. And she said, you can't keep up with him. I said, yes, I can, because I built a business that I worked in my home, and my husband works in the home. Somebody's there all the time. And I will tell you that the entire year that my dad lived there, that we were there the entire time. And when the Lord took him home, the greatest gift that Mary Kay gave me was a life of no regrets. Y'all, there will come a time. There will come a time. Thank you. There will come a time when you're going to have to make a choice. And if you have not built this business during the good times, when the bad times comes, somebody else is going to decide your priorities. So I need you to get out of your head and get out and go to work. My dream life won't look like yours. Do you know what your dream life is going to look like? Some of you all are going to have to grow your character to match your calling. Our first year, we debuted 3 directors, earned a Cadillac, $400,000 unit club, and then I got stuck for 10 years. That second conversation started in my head again. I was like, oh no, I can't go on one of those trips. Tom and I aren't those kinds of people. If you want a biscuit in my house, I'll just sling you a biscuit, right? Boom, right? There it is. I don't know what those forks are. That looks like a whole arsenal to me. And besides that, if you want to have fun and all these fancy parties, we just put a kegger in the back and see what happens. All y'all judging me, you got your own issues, so be quiet. Okay, so then, right? I thought I can't be on these fancy trips. These people won't like me. And Tom kept saying, but they like you at seminar. Why wouldn't they like you on a trip? I'm like, I don't know. But the cruise was to Alaska, and Tom said, Di, baby, I don't know what you got to fix. But sister, I really want to go on that trip. And I was reminded by Kelly DeBlanda Brigham when she said, really, your why story is your who story. And it's who will be impacted by your choice. So every month I picked up my starter kit. How many booking attempts did I make a day? 10. How many faces a week? 10. How many did I keep up? 10. And I will tell you, on the last day of the month of June, we needed 22,000 wholesale, which was more than I'd ever done in a month. Samantha was there. We were putting in orders left and right. We were selling all night long. And guess what happened? We did it. I'm so excited. Then EEST came. Oh my gosh, y'all, I was so excited. The trips were wonderful. And then what happened was I got stuck for another 6 years. 6 years being stuck. The problem was it looked so good that I started buying into, well, maybe I don't need to be a national. You know what? I don't have to work that hard. I'm going to earn a Cadillac and a trip anyway. But here's what happened, was that I found out that, you know what, the NSD really was my calling, and that I had to be true to that I would wake up one day and regret that I didn't fulfill my promise to Mary Kay that I would become a national sales director. But my second conversation kept saying, I'm not perfect like them. I'm not smart like them. I don't have a degree. I can't speak in front of a group like them. I can't look good all the time. I can't live with those kind of expectations, and I can't do this right now. And then because of my pitiful talk, life started creating that same pitiful thing in my life. I was diagnosed with cancer. We had a lot of family issues. My directors went everywhere except for up. It was a crazy, crazy time, right? But I will tell you that I called my director. I said, I can't do this. And for an hour and a half, I tried to talk her out of me going into national, right? And she chose to lose it. She was going to lose a lot of money, me going before her. But she said, Diana, you were born to be a national right here, right now. Do not believe the lie of the enemy. He is throwing absolutely everything at you he possibly can because you're fixing to step into the life that you were designed to. There are many of you today that are believing the lie of the enemy. There are many of you that have been called for greater, bigger, stronger than anybody else in your generation. You are thinking thoughts that nobody else ever had. And whenever the pushback is big, you need to celebrate, stay in action, ignore the evidence, because we did finish. Our daughter is healthy and I am totally cancer-free, and that will be your story on the other side of the line. Yes, what changed? Nothing changed. My circumstances didn't change, the product didn't change, the marketing didn't change, and Mary Kay didn't change. What changed was the way that I saw myself, and I realized that Mary Kay needed a national like me. One that would rather eat at Taco Bell than eat at a steakhouse. One who has life smarts and found a way to use the stage to tip the spotlight. That only looked good whenever I wanted to, and realized the only expectations I needed to fulfill was to the audience of one. I believe that we need directors and nationals like each of you. You're the evidence needed for the new generation to rise up. It is your story that will impact the entire trajectory of their lives. It's not me, and it's not Lene, and it's not Linda, and it's not even Gloria. It is you. There are dreams that are attached to you. I believe that what you believe makes you unworthy is the exact quality and experience that we need in our leadership sisterhood to make us complete. We are like a puzzle, just like what Mary said, that every piece is shaped differently. We are only whole when those of you that are called for this position are to do whatever it takes and say, what? I can. So as I wrap up today, I want to tell you that you only need a couple of power tools. You need your I can, you need your glitter, you need your formula for success. And what I want you to do is I want you to hold your hand up and pretend it's a mirror. I want you to look at this, and this is what I want you to, this is why I want to tell you who you are. I want you to erase that I'm not enough, and I want you to replace it with I am enough. If you got a mirror close, you can go ahead and do this, but this is what I want you to say to yourself. I'm so in love with this brave woman in the mirror. I betrayed her. I've not loved her to full capacity. I've fed her lies and once even told her that she was not good enough. I've allowed her to be broken. Forgive me for not going to war for you like you do for others. Now I want you all to repeat after me. This queen in the mirror is a warrior.
This queen in the mirror is a warrior.
I need you to really, really say that with me. I'm going to do it one more time. This queen in